Hi, this is Eric here, and in this tutorial we're going to be going through the report writer. So with the Cashbook you get a whole lot of standard reports, but you can also create your own reports with a report writer to basically get the information out of the Cashbook that you want to get out. Now it is a bit more technical, so you have to bear with me on this topic. So first up, okay, let's click on it. And first we have on the left hand side the data source, which is where the data is going to be coming from to generate your report. And for some things there's different levels of details, like for invoices there's the big picture stuff for invoices, and then there's the invoice details, which is basically getting the information out of the horizontal line items of the invoice. So, for example, for individual products and things like that. Similarly, for projects, you've got the big picture for projects, the details, which is the how it's broken into the different cost centers, and then extra details, which is how each cost center, where it gets all the information from for that cost center. So, okay, so let's start off with a nice simple report, and I'll just look at the phone list. And with this one, there's no totals, no headings, no nothing. It's just a straight, simple spreadsheet. So if I click preview, so it's got four columns: one, two, three, four. Company name, contact name, phone, and notes. And you'll see that it's represented by each row here. So company name, contact name, phone, and notes. So each row configures one column in the report. And just as a little thing in here, we've said only show all the contacts that are listed. So you can have contacts that are unlisted, but here we're saying listed is equal to yes. So that's the criteria, and don't show the column to say that it's listed. So we'll go into that in a little bit more detail soon. And you can also look at it as a spreadsheet, and you can cut and paste either individual rows to Excel, or you can click the top left hand corner and copy and paste the whole thing into Excel. So if you want to export any report to Excel, then that's how you do it. Okay, so let's have a look at a bit more of a complicated report. So timesheet report by employee. Okay, in this case you'll see that there's a header tick box over there, which is basically saying that this first column is a header. It's grouped by that column, and the best way to show you that is to preview it. So it basically shows everything for Bob Smith and everything for John Nielsen and so on. So if I unticked it, okay, it's too wide, but we just want to show you something. Just shows you all the lines, but it doesn't show you the heading. So that's what the header does. And you can have two levels of header or group, and I'll show an example of that later. Okay, next we've got over here a sum. So if I click preview, you'll see that it sums the hours with that little total at the bottom. So if I just untick that and preview it again, that total isn't there. So that's what the sum does. And you also see that over here you can have a set of where conditions. So this section here is all the where conditions. So here we're saying the date is between that date and that date. So if I removed that and just made it blank, then it would show all dates. Okay, so let's go to a report that has two levels of grouping. And for that, I'll go to sales by customer by product. And let's just preview it. So it has a heading, then another heading, and then all the details. And then we can have subtotals at the end of that. So again, we have a date range. For product description, here we're saying not equal to blank. So if we have an invoice and we have a blank line, then we don't want to include the blank lines. Now, just while we're here, if we want to insert a row, you go insert line, and now you can insert the line. And if I want to delete something again, I just go delete line, and it's deleted again. Okay, next let's have a look at the margins. Up here you can, if you've got a really wide report, you can make it landscape. Also you can adjust the margins, so if your printer can go up to 5mm from the edge, you could reduce these and then it'll go right up to the edge. So whatever you want for your margins, you can put it in here. Or if you have American letter paper, then you can put that in as well. Okay, so now the last thing we're going to look at is reports which have totals only. And for that, I'm going to go to the Cashbook and the summary report. And this is very similar to the summary report that is a standard report. So if I click preview, so it's got all income categories, all expense categories, and then it's broken down into each of the categories and the totals. So that's all pretty straightforward. And over here we've got a whole lot of criteria for choosing which bank accounts. Like, so for this I could make it so that it's equal to only the main account. Like is a wildcard and star means anything. Also we're saying we only want to see the reconciled transactions, and this is the date range. We want to make these three hidden so we don't show which account it's for or the reconciled information or the date. And also we've sorted it so that it shows the income expense column is in descending order, so it actually shows income first, because in alphabetical order expense would normally be first. So if I turn that around, make it ascending, so now it shows expenses first, but we want to show the income first. And the categories are in ascending order, so that's all in ascending order over there. Okay, now just for the last thing that I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you these criteria. So you can have a like. Now there's a few drawings categories. You can go drawings star, and now it only shows everything that has got drawings and then anything afterwards, so it's only drawings basically. So that's, in this case, the star means anything. And next I'm going to show you the is either operator, so I'll just clear that first. Is either, and it just shows example 1 semicolon example 2 semicolon example 3. So that's the sort of format that you need to have. And I'm going to make it say drawings other and drawings salary. So there's a semicolon between the two. And now it's drawing other or drawing salary. It's only those two. So that's basically the report writer. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and see you in the next tutorial. See ya. Bye.